Welcome back to Rooted and Refined. Today we're going to talk about what I do and what I don't do in this heat of my South Carolina 8A garden. One thing I am not doing is any major pruning. This salvia is at the point where I could cut it back to the ground. There is still some bee activity, not a lot. This one still has quite a bit. But I'm not going to do that right now. When it is so hot, I don't want to stress these plants out. I want to give them every opportunity that I can give them to give me a second flush of blooms. So we're going to hold off on that project. I am also not going to come through and replace these petunias. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that these petunias from the get-go have not done well for me, and it is too hot for me to go in and plant anything right now. I won't be able to keep up with the watering. It will be too stressful for the plant in this heat. I'm just gonna hold off on that for now. Moving over to the new area that I recently redid, I will water these plants. We are under water restrictions. We are allowed to hand water anytime that we want, and we can use our irrigation on certain days of the week. Because these plants are so new, they do need to stay watered. And I do every few days come out and give them a good watering. Now, when I say I'm not going to prune during this heat, I'm not doing any major pruning. I will come through and snip a branch off here or there, but nothing that's going to stress the plant out. I am going to continue to weed as I see weeds. We'll get those out so they don't cause further stress on the plant. Spurge has been crazy this year, as have the trees. While I am not going to worry about watering established plants, I am still going to check on my plants. This honeysuckle has been struggling again this year. I'm trying to keep it thriving as much as I can. Typically, honeysuckles would love the heat. This one, not so much. One thing I am going to do is enjoy all of my heat-loving plants. Everything that still thrives in this heat, I'm going to admire and appreciate. I don't have to worry about this part of the garden so much. I am going to come out here early to water my vegetables. It is just now 8:30 and the dew point is already in the 70s. I need to get this done before it becomes unbearable to be out here. I will come out here typically at night. Even though our humidity is so high and they are getting some moisture from the air, putting that little bit of mist over them in the evening hours just helps to cool them off a bit and give them a little bit of relief from some evaporative cooling. One thing I'm not doing is transplanting. I have been wanting to transplant some of these black-eyed Susans and Rudbeckia over to the space where they did not come back this year. You see the weeds in this space have just been, I can't keep up with them. I need to get these plants back over here to help cover the ground, to help prevent those weeds. Rudbeckia are heat-loving plants. You see they're doing fantastic here, but it would just be too much for them to be moved right now in the middle of this really oppressive heat. One thing I will most definitely do is make sure that this bird bath is clean and has plenty of fresh water every day for the birds and the insects that need a break from the heat. And there we go. Now the birds and the insects have a nice fresh bowl of water to drink from and rest, get some relief from this heat. One thing I do not do when it is extremely hot outside is fertilize. Vegetables, tomatoes especially, are heavy feeders, but I want them to concentrate on being healthy and not being under stress. So I am not going to try to push new growth or create new fruit or vegetables on them. If they don't stay healthy and stress-free, they won't be able to produce for me once the temperatures start to decrease. Same thing with my annuals. I really don't fertilize annuals anyway. I have a full-time job. I just don't have the time to get out here and fertilize annuals weekly or however frequently people will tell you you're supposed to do it. If you do fertilize, oh, little bee friend came to see us. If you do fertilize, please pay attention to what your plants are telling you. Don't fertilize them just because it's a certain day of the week or because somebody on YouTube said that you have to fertilize them on a certain schedule. One thing I am not going to do when gardening in extreme heat is stress. Plants are adaptable. I've prepared them. I have planted, for the most part, very heat-loving things. I do what I can for them, and the rest is going to take care of itself. Whether I have to replace plants or not, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Don't stress about it. Another important aspect of gardening in the heat is making sure that your plants are protected. I came through here very early in the season and put down a layer of mulch. That mulch, not only does it help to retain moisture, but it helps to keep those roots cool on my plants. So even before, if you know you're expecting high temperatures and you've got the time, get out there and throw some mulch down in the areas that need it. Help protect them as much as you can. And lastly, I want you to protect yourself. Make sure when you're out gardening, like I said, you do it as early or as late in the day as you can to avoid the really high temperatures. Make sure you're staying hydrated. None of these plants can survive if you don't take care of yourself. So until next time, stay rooted, stay refined, and stay cool. I'll see you soon.